think it's widely known that the University of Botswana wants to become a research-intensive institution to contribute to the development of the nation. And in that context, the university undertakes broad-based research in a variety of areas, and all of those areas are themed towards the nation's development goals. In particular, we have 5 research themes. These are energy, water, food, environmental sustainability and health. UB's research is undertaken by students and staff in a variety of faculties and departments, and researchers at the UB's Okavango Research Institute study the ecosystem, which is the Okavango Delta, that is the largest wetland ecosystem in the world, and surrounding drylands. But we also have a number of research centres, such as those studying HIV and AIDS, clean and renewable energy and wildlife management. And these interdisciplinary groups all contribute to development and knowledge for the nation.
My field of interest really is in HIV and the challenge that is facing us as far as HIV is concerned, for the fact that we have been struggling for so many years with HIV research, trying to find a cure or even trying to find a vaccine. And sometimes I've also ventured into tuberculosis to try to understand the biochemical basis of some of the observations that we see in TB.
This laboratory is called UPEN Molecular Laboratory, because it's a shared facility between University of Botswana and University of Pennsylvania, and the laboratory was created through a MEPI grant. We do project on malaria. For malaria, I intend starting from mosquitoes, speciation and microbiome and infectivity for malaria parasites, also arboviruses, human genetic of the host, for susceptibility to malaria, and pharmacogenetics of the treatment. And finally, we do malaria parasite studies in terms of speciation in Botswana, because we work in Botswana, also on Cameroon. We do a lot of work on papillomavirus, the genetic diversity of the virus from Botswana, of course, from biopsies, cervical cancer biopsy, the human DNA, the host DNA methylation related to the cancer risk in women infected, and the phylogenetic analysis of means the diversity of the virus compared with the Kenyan sample.
For my PhD study, I'm looking at exploring the impact of HIV infection on the distribution of HPV genotypes and studying the host epigenetic changes associated with cervical cancer progression. I collaborate as well with Botswana Harvard AIDS Partnership. There are some things that I do here, and then there are some things that I do at BHP. What we are doing informs the public health stakeholders, as recently we published a data that shows that HPV genotype 16 is associated with, it's mostly found in HIV infected patients, which that to me it's quite a unique findings that the Ministry of Health should be aware of.
I'm looking for a solution to a huge problem. These are actually breast tissues that I'm going to use for diagnosis. I'm actually going to extract that DNA from those breast tissues. Typically, they are confirmed breast cancer patients. I'll be determining a gene, a change in that DNA sequence that alters, that basically contributes towards resistance in tamoxifen treatment when they receive chemotherapy. Because over the years, it usually takes about 3 to 5 years while someone is still responding, and after that they relapse. So I'm trying to figure out is there any alternative treatment that those patients can receive.
Our work complements the one that has been done by the Ministry of Health, because they are aiming for malaria elimination, and we are contributing some findings so that they achieve that objective.
This project is sponsored by the Department of Energy. We are moving towards green energy to actually look at the possibility of using biofuels. First phase was a partnership with the Japanese government. But the second phase, now it is the government alone. At the end of the project, we would have actually built the testing center for biodiesel. This project could play a major role in the poverty eradication. It could be done at a rural community level because there's nothing complicated. If we identify communities and provide them with all what is needed, they can produce their own biodiesels within a community and use it for agriculture purposes.
But researchers also need help. They need to have their research managed, and that's really where the Office of Research and Development, or ORD as it's often known, comes in. ORD is like the hub of a wheel. It's the centre of the research process, but those spokes of the wheel go out to the researchers in the faculties and the departments. So in that context, ORD has a director and deputy director for overall management of the office and for the processes that occur in the office. And then there are 4 key areas where the office operates.
We support researchers with everything that has to do with funded research, be it internally funded research or externally funded research. Our role is to make sure that we know what the funder expects in terms of, are you eligible as an entity? Can you meet the donor's expectations?
There's a need for funding to buy special equipment and sometimes even to build up a team of appropriate, professional and technical persons that must perform the appropriate experiments. There's need to train in the use of those special equipment so that it is utilized to the best, and that the results that we obtain can stand up to scrutiny in any scientific forum. The cost estimate that we have is around 11 million.
Running a lab is extremely expensive.
Exactly.
We pay around 64,000 rands for the BSc, the hoods, to maintain them. Monthly, we spend at least $10,000.
We offer a wide range of advice to our researchers, to our external stakeholders. Whole aim is to have university research advance towards technology and knowledge transfer and commercialization of outputs from our research. We provide advice and assistance to researchers to help them identify potential intellectual property from their research.
If you come up with new information, the urge is to share that with your colleagues in the international community, it turns out that also by so doing, once you have shared the information and it has become commonplace, that you can no longer claim any intellectual property rights on that.
The other major role we play is that of facilitating access to the university expertise, the university facilities, and other capabilities to industry and community partners who wish to utilize, to tap into the knowledge base that the university possesses. That can be in the form of contract research, collaboration where they work together as mutual partners in a research project. It can also be consultancy.
When speaking about your university research, you are really talking about the outputs and its impact. And that output and impact depends on the quality for it will be used by those who will use it. For instance, at the University of Botswana, we have been a major contributor to the national research in terms of the total collective output. When we talk about quality, really, we are talking about the knowledge that has been okayed or peer-reviewed and accepted by the peers in the research community. And that research is the research that is trusted.
The Research Ethics Unit is the responsible coordinating 4 committees. One which reviews research that involves human subjects, then the one that reviews research that deals with animal care and use, and the one that deals with chemicals and hazardous materials. In addition, we have a research risk committee which deals with looking into research misconduct.
Before you start research, you've got to apply for ethical clearance, and that is usually efficiently done by our Office of Research and Development. And then after they have screened our applications, these are referred to the Ministry of Health, where they also do the screening, and then it goes to the facility. If it is a hospital like say Marina or one of the clinics, then we also have got to get ethical clearance from that clinic, and then ultimately we've got to have the informed consent from the participants.
ORD facilitates research rather than undertakes research on its own behalf.